All of a sudden, an email came up. I was in school. I had my friends around me.
Right.
So I screamed. And then she explains with random Chinese words. And I'm like, what are you saying? I don't understand it. The project is titled EcoPurge. What EcoPurge is, it's a biodegradable plastic.
Right.
But it's not like regular biodegradable plastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that you're the European winner.
No, I don't believe it. Dancing.
So talk to us about that. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Arya?
Don't overthink about the research that you want to do. Just do it. Just do the dharma and don't expect the karma.
You're going to move this project internationally.
Hopefully, yes, that's my aim.
Lights, action, laughter. I'm Bindu Nair and I'm here with the Mind team and we are super excited to bring to you another episode of Mind Studio. Today on Mind Studio, we have a young budding talent who is already featured on the front page of Irish Times for a remarkable impact in the world of environmental innovation. She's not only made Ireland proud, but also Indians and Malayalis, as she's named the European winner of the Earth Prize 2026. It is none other than Arya Satheesh on Mind Studio.
Thank you. Thank you for the amazing introduction.
Arya, welcome to Mind Studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is lovely to have you here, Arya. And you mentioned to me, of 15,000 applicants, you won the European Earth Prize 2026 award. Such an amazing achievement. Wow. So huge congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So tell us, when you heard that first, what was the reaction? Like, how did you react to it? Was it a huge celebration or did you not believe about it? How did it go?
I didn't believe about it. I actually had no hope. But then all of a sudden an email came up. I was in school. I had my friends around me.
Right.
So I screamed. Obviously, I screamed and my teacher was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then she came up and I showed her the entire email and she was so happy. My friends were happy.
Brilliant.
And I went home. I showed my parents. They were like, no, I don't believe it.
The first thing will be like, is it spam? Is it what is
bad?
it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was one of the moments in life.
Brilliant. And so talk to us about the project that got you this award.
Yes, the project is titled EcoPurge. What EcoPurge is, it's a biodegradable plastic,
Right.
but it's not like regular biodegradable plastic.
Okay.
It biodegrades to release an enzyme into the environment. And that enzyme is known for breaking down the bonds between microplastics.
Right.
So it kind of eats microplastics in the environment. So traditional plastic breaks down to form microplastics.
Right.
EcoPurge, biodegradable plastic, breaks down to release an enzyme to eat that microplastics.
So what you're saying is, it's not just a biodegradable plastic, but it fights against the microplastics that are already there in the environment.
Yes.
So you could almost call it as a superhero.
Yeah, definitely.
So talk to us about how does this exactly work? So you mentioned about the enzyme. So does the enzyme bind to the plastic? How does it work?
So the enzyme was actually found in a bacteria. It's
Right.
called the Idolina sicensis. So there's a particular gene in that enzyme that codes for this enzyme.
Right.
So in that bacteria that codes for this enzyme. So that enzyme, what it does is, because plastic is made in different processes.
Correct.
So because it's polymerization is
Correct.
called, because monomers are joined together to make polymers. There's so many types of polymerization. There's addition polymerization, condensation polymerization. So that's why each particular plastic has different types of enzymes that breaks it down. So the one that I focused on is called the PET,
Okay.
PETase enzyme.
Okay.
It breaks down the bond formed with two monomers that makes the PET plastic,
Right.
which is known as the ester bond. So what it does is it combines to that ester bond and it breaks down that bond. So it literally breaks the bond, ester bond.
What an amazing concept. How did you think about this? How did you think about getting this enzyme? Where did you get this enzyme? How did you secure all this?
Okay, getting the enzyme was a big deal because enzyme is new. It was newly found. It was newly being processed. So it costs around 3,000 to 4,000 for a milligram.
Right.
I got it for free.
Okay. How did you source it?
So I started emailing company because my teacher told me you can get it for free.
Okay.
Okay, but I emailed a lot of company. a lot of pharmaceutical companies, a lot of enzyme engineering companies, but none of them replied back to me, or most of them replied back to me. They rejected me. They're like, I'm not giving it to a 15-year-old who wants to do a research.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden, I emailed the CEO of Biorbix, Kevin O'Connor. He's also a professor at UCD.
Right.
And he said, here we don't do enzymatic engineering, but I know some scientists in Denmark and Germany who does it. So if you tell me what your idea is, I can source it for you.
Okay.
So we had a Google Meet.
Okay.
And then I told him what my idea was, and he told me where I need to do my modifications. And I did my modifications. I went back to him and we had a conversation again, and he sourced the enzyme from Germany and Denmark for me.
And did you not think it, when you were emailing Kevin, did it not go through your mind going, this is not going to happen?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But at that moment, I was like, my dad always says, it's like, do your dharma, don't expect the karma.
Okay.
And I just did it. So I was like, I did it because my entire project started as a Sci-Fest project.
Okay.
So it was like, its only aim is to get into Sci-Fest and win an award. That's it. Nothing beyond that. So, but I don't know what got into me, but I was like, they all rejected me, so I'm not going to get it there.
Okay.
But I did the dharma anyway. And then all of a sudden one day, an email.
And he responded.
Yes.
And you mentioned about the Skyfest project as well. So talk to us about, how did you think about these microplastics, and that microplastics is an issue? Where did that come from?
So my entire science journey started when I was a TY student.
Right.
So there was like Sci-Fest, BT Young Scientists, all promoted at school. So me and my best friend, her name is Meera, we wanted to do a project. But her field is, engineering, and my field is biology, two different. So we ended up doing two different projects.
Right.
And then that's how the entire journey started. But what I did is I did smart water monitor back then.
Okay.
So it was a monitor that detects parameters in water that, that can be removed after, filter it out.
Okay.
It was in drinking water.
Okay.
So a particular limitation to that was microplastics cannot be detected or filtered out at that time.
Right.
So I was like, okay, but after winning I got an award in Sci-Fest for that project, but I could not elaborate it more because there was no detection for microplastics.
And why microplastics for you? Why were you looking for...
At that time, microplastics is so dangerous. I saw this article that was written about microplastic because microplastic causes so many issues in the environment plus humans. Human infertility, human PCOD, PCOS, and how people say gut is your second brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
and water is the most that you consume as well. Because when you consume water, there's nanoplastics. Right.
It's smaller than microplastics. Our large intestine does not know the difference between nanoplastic and hormone.
Right.
So it accumulates.
The same
it takes in nanoplastics instead of the hormone, which causes hormonal imbalance in women and men.
Okay, so that's what gave you the idea. of looking for microplastics,
Plastics.
and you did not stop there.
Oh no.
you went with your research and you came up with this enzyme that could fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that you're the European winner. So let's go back to, let's talk about the young Arya. So when you were in school, so as a little one, so were you experimenting a lot? Were you kind of looking into science experiments? Were you a curious mind, I suppose?
Back then, I wasn't actually a curious mind, let's be honest, because I was moving around. I was in Kerala for a while, then I was in Bangalore, and then Kerala again, and then we came to Ireland. So it was like I hadn't had a constant, science exposure or anything.
Right.
So first experiment I ever did in my life was in primary school. It was to make the elephant toothpaste.
Wow.
It's something you just put, the teachers would have a whole tub and you just put something in and all of a sudden some explosion happened.
Right.
And then she explains with random Chinese words and I'm like, what are you saying? I don't understand it.
So that was your first experiment. Were you successful in that?
I mean, yeah, obviously. She gives us a powder and just put it into that solution. So it just booms.
It booms, right.
Yeah,
right.
That was the main intention. So it happened. So successful in that.
So that was your first experiment, and then you from there to microplastics. Amazing.
Yes. At that time, I was like, oh my God, I need to study all this when I grow up. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do it? But
Yeah.
look at me. And I'm like, I did it.
You did it,
I did
exactly.
it, yeah.
There's a lot of there was a lot of determination, I have to say, that you put behind this, because other than that, to pursue this and to be going after this is not easy, Arya. So I see a big part of it is the determination. Of course, you had the idea, but you had the determination to pursue it further as well. So can I ask you, are you the environment police in your house, making sure that everyone recycles?
At the beginning, it was my mom, because she's my first guru to tell me what is the difference between recycling, compost, and a general waste.
Okay.
So I did not know the difference. What we do is get a waste and we put it in the bin.
Right.
So we don't know where is it going. So she's the one who told me where recycling things goes, where the glasses goes and everything. So I was born in an environment where people around me was aware about recycling and the impact of that on the environment.
Yes. So fantastic. So it started from your own home with regard to recycling and being more aware of it. So tell us, you as from your perspective, you secured the enzyme, you worked with the research was successful. Then you walked into these universities as well. So you started working with UCD and ATU, Letterkenny. So at your age, going into the world of research, how did that make you feel?
It's actually a totally different field, and I love doing it. You know, outside of reading textbooks and learning off definitions, rather than understanding or making you understand what is, it was totally different method of learning.
Right.
It kind of different. There's a big difference between both going to school and then sitting there and learning things that you're told you have to learn it to get marks, and then doing something that you love and you're curious about.
Absolutely.
So that's it just felt so much better. Felt like I belonged there.
Right.
And I felt like science is something that I love. Because before, when I was in, junior years, I was like, no, science is not my thing, because I'm learning of things that does not even exist. What is an atom? Like, I don't know. It's a molecule. It's the smallest unit of matter. And I'm like, what is matter?
Yeah.
There's nobody there to tell me what matter is. But I totally understand what a matter and atom is now. Because even though it started from the beginning, the beginning as if it started from a larger idea, but I had to, lesser it and find the tiny details, which really, give me the information about what entire chemistry is.
Yeah, and that's where that's of course that's what took you into this. But when you went into the universities and as you were talking to and as you were presenting, did you self-doubt, or were you nervous going, these guys are so much ahead and know so much about this area as well? Yes. Were you nervous going in presenting?
Yes, I was so nervous going in, but they were so friendly. They knew the amount of stuff that I know.
Right.
And they would tell me the more things that I need to know. So they were like educating me in a way. So I was totally nervous going in. I'm like, oh my God.
The first time?
Yes. I'm going to say something stupid and they're going to laugh at me. Yeah. Is what I thought. But they were like so useful. They were like so useful and so helpful. They did not make fun of me. They're like, oh no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
They were like, well, that's not going to work. But there's an alternative. So they were able to guide you, mentor you with this, and with this whole process of the Earth Prize. Talk to us about. How do you enter for those who would like to pursue this if they have an idea, if they want to put this as a submission? Where do you start with this? So there's this website called the Earth Prize Original, and then you go in there and there's like register. So you register and you have a hold on application form. You fill in that application form, and after 2 to 3, there's around 16 to 15,000 entries each year. Right. From that, they pick 37 scholars. Right. So it's 7 scholars from each region. So each continent. Okay. So you were one of the 7 in Europe. Oh yes, I was. Okay. I was one of the 7 in Europe. And after that, there will be another application that opens for the scholar to submit a developed version of the original one that you submit at the beginning. Right. And is there a process where you have to present your idea, talk
talk to them about it?
No, that's also a form. So you could fill in the whole form and you write a summary about your all the experiments you did, who's involved, who helped you, what are the chemicals involved and everything, the entire process. And from there, they select a few people for the interview. I think 3 or 4 from each region gets the interview.
And were you interviewed?
I was interviewed.
Yeah. Okay.
And from the interview, from each continent, they pick one winner.
Okay.
For each winner.
And in Ireland itself, would you know how many submissions were there from Europe?
So there was around 27 to 37 entries. I'm not correctly sure, but it was around. There was more than me. There was more than I was.
From Ireland?
In Ireland itself.
So there was from Ireland, there were about 27 entries. And of that, brilliant. What a fantastic achievement, Arya. This is brilliant. And to go through that process itself, it's not easy because obviously there'll be a screening process as well that will be involved in this. That is absolutely fantastic. So let's say EcoPurge becomes this big name, right? in fighting against microplastics. So where would you love to see this being implemented? Like is it compost bags, shopping bags? Where would you like to see it first implemented?
In recycling bags.
Right.
Because the main purpose of this is to get it to microplastic. So if you put it in compost bag, it's not going to microplastic area.
Right.
Because whenever you put it into recycling bags, it's either being dumped somewhere.
Okay.
Only 9% of 480 million tons of plastics are recycled every year.
Okay.
So it's not promised to be recycled.
Right.
Okay. So if it ends up in a dump fill, it could degrade. It could degrade the whole plastic bag can degrade and release the enzyme to degrade the existing microplastics there. So that would be the first step to get it into recycling bags. And then compost, and because biodegradable plastic is not known for its strength.
Right.
It's like, so from my research, I found that the different types of acids you use to combine the molecules together is what its strength is all about. So I'm experimenting on different types of acid to make it stronger.
Okay.
And I'm working with these companies who collaborated and offered me that to help develop my research more to scale EcoPurge to a next level and bring it to life.
So you're already working with few of or at least you've got offers from some of the companies who want to take this idea forward.
Yes.
Brilliant. So let's park EcoPurge for 1 second. I'd like to know, you are all of this scientific and science and everything, right? The real Arya, when she's not doing science, what is she doing?
She's dancing.
So talk to us about that.
My mom is a Bharatanatyam dancer, and we run an institute in Letterkenny, Natyanjali Institute of Performing Arts.
Wow.
So I teach Bollywood dancing.
You teach Bollywood dancing?
Yes.
Wow. So Bollywood dancing, science, great combination. Go on.
And I practice Bharatanatyam.
Okay.
And my mom teaches Bharatanatyam dancing.
Oh, wow. So you are a lady with many, many faces, many talents.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Great. So tell us, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Arya?
I see myself doing a lot of research in genetical engineering field.
So you've just finished your Leaving Cert exams, just this month. And so what's your plan going forward?
So my plan, first of all, I'm taking a gap year.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me. I'm taking a gap year to develop my research because I have got into SciFest Nationals.
Oh, brilliant.
So I'm not representing, but I'm putting my EcoPurge project. I'm going to develop it more, like the acids and everything. And I'm going to put it into SciFest and Nationals, and I hope to get to the ICEF after. So
ICEF is the international version of the
SciFest.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yes.
Wow. So you're going to be, you're going to move this project internationally.
Hopefully, yes. That's my aim.
Oh, brilliant. Yes. Finally, for our young viewers on Mind Studio, if they have big ideas but they are still nervous to start, what advice would you give them, Arya?
Don't overthink about the research that you want to do. Just do it. Just do the dharma and don't expect the karma. Because if you do the work, the benefits will come to you.
Absolutely, Arya. And your project is a great testament for the grit and the determination that you showed. And it shows that, if you put your mind to it, nothing is impossible.
Yes.
We want to wish you all the best, Arya, for your future, for all of these projects that you are you're working on, and hope that you win many, many, many more awards and make us all proud.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, Arya, it has been fantastic talking to you. It's been such an inspiring story. And from all of the Mind team here, we want to wish you all the best with EcoPurge, with your studies and everything that you're going to take next.
Thank you so much, Mind team, for having me here. No, it was an amazing interview. Thank you so much, Bindu.
Thank you. Thank you, Arya. So if Arya's journey has inspired you, remember, big ideas can start at any age. Thank you for watching Mind Studio, and we will connect with you very soon.